Alrighty folks, well, welcome back to yet another episode of Maksim Outdoors. We are once again here in beautiful Bucks County. Just left the cabin about 20 minutes ago. Sam stayed back. I think I just about ruined her hiking career yesterday as we sloshed through the mud for 6 miles. But we are here today at possibly the smallest state park that we explored yet, Ralph Stover. So we're gonna be doing maybe about a mile here today. We're here at a section of the park known as the High Rocks Vista. So if you come to this park, it's kind of in two sections. There's like the main park area and then the High Rocks Vista. A little confusing to get to, but not too bad. So that's where we are right now. And I just want to say how awesome Bucks County is so far. We're staying at Maksim State Park in a cabin, and the 20-minute drive from here to there, or there to here, saw all kinds of mills, old farms, waterfalls. Had to drive across a covered bridge to get here. So this area is just full of history and lore. So all right, I'm gonna get my book bag on and we're gonna go check out what some locals refer to as the Grand Canyon of Bucks County. So state park number 27, Ralph Stover. We're gonna go check it out here in just a second. Give me a second. All right, well, just a short stroll from the parking area down a little hill. We have officially arrived here at Ralph Stover State Park. And as you can see behind me, one of the many vistas here along the High Rocks Vista Trail. So take you guys up close and personal through this fence and give you a nice view of the surrounding area here. And down below, you can see the Tohickon Creek meandering its way through this horseshoe curve here before eventually dumping in to the Delaware River. You get a really good sense of how high we are if you take a look down at the Triassic sandstone that forms this valley. Rock climbers love this area. There's some very technical routes. I read there's actually about 60 different climbing routes for these climbers in this area. So yeah, there are quite a few vistas and viewpoints along this top rim here. So I'm going to be showing you those, and then eventually we'll be heading down to the bottom of this ridge here, and we'll be right alongside Tohickon Creek. So a little bit of information. I'll tell you a little bit more about the history along the way. So let's get hiking. Alrighty, well, as we head along the High Rocks Vista Trail, the views get better and better the further down we get. You can see the Tohickon Creek off in the distance there through the trees, and that brings up kind of another point. Other than rock climbing, whitewater rafting is another very popular recreational activity here in the park. I'm guessing when the water's high enough, you could probably float all the way down from Lake Maksim down to the Delaware River. So check that view out. And a little bit more about the history. We talked a little bit about the modern uses. Let's go back to the 1800s here, when Ralph Stover would have called this area home. Ralph Stover owned all this land, all 45 acres. And he actually had a grist mill that he built down along the Tohickon. It's no longer there, it was ripped down. But the area was handed down from generation to generation until the 30s. when the Stover family was gracious enough to donate the land to the state of Pennsylvania. So hence where it gets its name, Ralph Stover State Park. But another pretty awesome view of the Tohickon Creek there down below. I don't know how well you can see it, but there are actually some climbers down below there. Please walk gently on Mother Earth in peace with all relations. Kevin found peace at High Rocks Vista. So unfortunately, this is probably the third or fourth memorial or cross that I've seen here at Ralph Stover State Park in my very short hike here. But you know, things like that do happen at places like this, unfortunately. I believe this is the rock that Kevin was sitting on in that picture. So you know, hopefully he did find peace here. It's an extremely beautiful area, but very unfortunate that so many people seem to have lost their life here. But still some really awesome views of the Tohickon Creek, as well as some of the surrounding cliffs. I did notice over here there is some climbing equipment, some chains right here. I'm guessing you hook up to and pull your way up. So I'm not sure if Kevin was rock climbing, or definitely sad to hear. Well, if you prefer some unobstructed views of nature, if you head down the trail a little bit further along the Vista Trail, as I'm calling it, the fences pretty much disappear and you get some incredible views of the surrounding area, and just as high as the other viewpoints were. As you can see, still about, I don't know, probably 150 feet high up here at Ralph Stover State Park. But it does look like the trail has a switchback that cuts around, so I think we'll be at the bottom looking up here within the next couple minutes. So let's go see if we can get down there. Well, I guess we will call this trip a success. We have made it to the bottom of these 200-foot tall sheer cliffs, and nice to see that they have a rescue zone here in case I go down. But did see probably 10 climbers already, and when I was walking along the top there, I even seen a bald eagle fly by. So first bald eagle of the year. But check these out, pretty incredible. Like I said, just because it's a small 45-acre state park doesn't mean that it's not worth checking out. Just incredible. It almost looks like somebody just surgically cut that rock. It's so clean. But yeah, we're gonna keep heading down here. We're getting a little bit closer to the Tohickon Creek down below. But yeah, awesome views all around here. Yeah, so this is definitely one of those areas that pictures and videos just don't do it justice. You know, I watched Hiker Dude Dads and Walter Zonas and Wandering Woodsman's videos on this. They were all great videos, but it didn't really seem like the state park was, you know, all that awesome. But being here in person, it's just absolutely incredible seeing how giant some of these sandstone formations are here. Definitely, if you come out here, I think it's almost cooler to look up than it was to look over. So make sure you come down here and check out the view looking up. But yeah, videos and pictures definitely don't do this justice here. Just awesome. Well, I will say that this trail probably isn't the best for kids or for the most faint of heart, especially now that I've gotten to this point where there is an old rusty cable that you have to hold on to cross this section of the trail here. So this is pretty interesting. So let's do it here. Bring you along with me. All right, let's go. All right, so some really beautiful views of the Tohickon Creek below me, and then some incredible views of this Triassic sandstone, if I remember right, above me. And then just behind me, I believe we made it to what I'm calling Walter Zonas Rock Garden. I believe in his video he made it down here. I'm not sure if this is the same place or not, but very zen-like location. Tons of these little waterfalls, if you want to call it that, little moss pockets hang along the sandstone here, but just a cool little place to take a break. You can see all these little pools and stuff as this little trickle heads on down to the Tohickon. So yeah, I officially dubbed this Walter Zonas Zen Garden. Well, if you strain your eyes a little bit and look at the top of the cliff, you can make out a fence. I believe that's one of the first viewpoints that we were at today. And you can just see the sheer size of some of these cliffs. I know I already said that a million times, but it's just something really special down here. But we're gonna keep heading on. I just talked to another hiker, and he said that there's a trail that cuts up on the other side here, so we won't have to backtrack, hopefully. So let's keep going.
You got it. Nice, Jason.
All right, well, if I look a little sweatier or a little bit more out of breath, it's because we just made the climb out of the valley. As you can see, we're a little higher above the mighty Tohickon right now. Met some really nice folks on this trail, including the rock climbers. So thanks for letting me film you guys for a couple seconds. But yeah, what a surprisingly awesome park. I think we're gonna wrap things up here. We're just a couple steps away from the parking lot. But yeah, awesome day. I think we're gonna drive on down to the other side of Ralph Stover State Park and film an episode there, which will be coming out next week. So that brings me to the next point. If you aren't already, make sure you're subscribed, like this video if you can, leave me a comment, tell me if you would go rock climbing, because I know I sure wouldn't. And if you want to see some sneak peeks, some behind the scenes photos, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. All right guys, I will see you back in Ralph Stover State Park next week, next Friday, as always. Signing out. The roof of the cave here. So let's go in and see if there's any treasure, and hopefully no rattlesnakes or copperheads along the way here. Yeah, you can see not too big of a cave. It looks like even some roots and stuff are starting to come through here. Yeah, I mean,